Okay, so welcome to call number 2. I'm so excited to talk to you guys, and I would love to hear how things went over the last couple of days. How many parties were you able to book? How many people were you able to message? How did you keep track of who you messaged? What were their responses, etc.? So, Connie, would you like to go first? You are
Sure.
unmuted, so you are good to go.
Okay. So I was able to get 5 parties booked. And right now I had sent out about 50 to 60 invitations or invites. So I'm waiting to hear back from them.
Well, that's awesome. Good job. So you have 3 that just started yesterday, right?
Right.
Okay. And do you have the template so you can post to them, or are you just winging it and finding things to post?
I'm just winging it and finding things to post.
Okay. That's kind of what I thought, but like when we touched off, I wasn't sure, like I couldn't remember where we were at. And you are such a rock star. You're like, I'm booking parties. We're doing it. So that is awesome. I love it. But I'm going to get you some things to help make it a little bit easier for you, okay?
Okay.
So I'll get you a template that you can copy and paste and post, because when we talked about Post My Party, which we'll go into more today, I believe, but you weren't interested. Is that right?
Right. Well, I didn't even know about it. So,
Okay, well, let's talk about that
well,
today too, because that's going to be a huge time saver for you, especially
okay.
when you have 3 or 4 parties going on at once. Manually posting to each one of them can get pretty time consuming. So we'll talk about what Post My Party is and how that's helpful for you a little bit more
Okay.
today. Um, and so you messaged 50 to 60 people for bookings. You got 5, which is like right on track with the statistics that I'm familiar with. So that's great. Good job. Um, and how many people said no?
So far, I've heard back from 2 that said no.
Wow, that's great. And then did you do is that not right now or no never thing?
I did, yes. And I'm waiting for a response.
Okay, well, perfect. So then it sounds like overall you probably heard from about 7 people or so. So out of the
Uh-huh.
rest of them, they were all crickets. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And have you sent them a follow-up message?
I have not.
Okay. So what I would encourage you to do, because honestly, the majority of the bookings that I get are from sending that follow-up message. And all I say
Okay.
is, hey, Susie, I was just curious if you had any thoughts on my last message. So
Okay.
today and tomorrow, I would encourage you to go back and message all of those people. And just, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Just check to see if they got your message.
All right.
Okay. Well, good job. I am super impressed. I'm so excited for you. And did you want to go, or are you at work? Are you able to visit and tell us how things have gone over the last few days?
Oh, yeah. I'm able to visit for a while.
Okay, awesome. And then what was your name? Tiffany? I feel like that's definitely not right. No, she must be busy. I know she said she was at work, so I'm sure she's busy and just tuning in. So anyway, we will continue. So keep reaching out to the 30 people a day until you get through your Facebook friends list. Because this is going to be the pool of people that you're going to work from getting your bookings as you get started. So after that, we're going to help you get bookings from the parties that you're currently holding. I'm going to mute her. But the action step of asking for bookings every day is something that you're going to want to continue each day in your business. And this should be a consistent, habitual task that's important to keep your business running smoothly. So even if you just spend 10 minutes a day, 5 days a week on asking for bookings, really that's what it takes to be successful, because you're continuously building that habit into your daily routine of getting your calendar filled. Um, so let's chat about what to do with the parties now that you have them booked. And you're already rocking it because you've got them going, and I'm so impressed. But hopefully this call will help give you a little bit more guidance on what to do with those parties. So the first step is to get the contact information from your host, which you already did, but you ask for their phone number, email, and I always ask for physical and mailing address, because if you have both, then you want to be able to email or mail them their hostess packet. Plus, you need to set up their shipping address in Consultants Corner. So the next step is to ask them to build a wish list. And this is a crucial step in host coaching because it helps them get excited about all of the things that they can get. They start looking through the catalog and they're like, I want that, I want that, I want that. So they get really motivated and excited to want to have a good party. And it also makes it a lot easier for them to be able to go in and place their order, and that kind of streamlines the process of being able to get your parties closed out as well. And then I will email you a wish list image on how you can build your wish list, and this is what I send to hosts when they book the party. And then for virtual parties, the next step is to set up a call with the host 1 week before the virtual party starts. So when reaching out to the host to schedule the call, I just say something like, oh, hey, Susie, I'm super excited for your party next week. I'd love to set up a time when we could chat real quick to go over details. Does Tuesday or Wednesday work better for you? And do you prefer day or evening? This way you're in charge of your schedule still, but you're giving them some options to choose from that will help make things easier for them as well. And this call is just a quick 10-minute phone call. It's really fast and easy, but it truly makes a world of difference in your parties. Because imagine sitting down and spending 40 minutes messaging back and forth and getting the same mission accomplished in 5 to 10 minutes on the phone. Plus you're building that relationship with your host. You're getting to know them, and they're getting to know you, which is really essential because a lot of what we do is just build relationships with people. And then I have an outline that you can use, the host coaching call script. When I did my first several host coaching calls, I literally read off of it. It was super awkward, but as you continue to do it, it will get easier. It will get less awkward. And then by a certain point, you'll know what to say. You'll remember what to say. And then it'll be a lot more fun. But I will send that to you so you have an idea of what to say and the important things to touch on during that host coaching call. You might also want to have a piece of paper and pen to take notes during the call as well. But essentially the call goes something like this. Don't mind me doing weird role play here. But hey, Susie, I just wanted to say thank you for having your Pampered Chef party with me. I am super excited, and I hope that you're excited as well. Yeah, I am. Great. So I'd love to hear more about your life in the kitchen. Do you like to cook or bake much? What would you say your biggest kitchen challenge is? Go ahead, let them answer. And then have you started building your wish list or thinking about anything that you might want to get at your party? A lot of times they haven't even thought about it yet. I'm like, that's totally fine. Go ahead and build your wish list. Don't be afraid to dream big because we're going to hook you up with some awesome rewards. And are you familiar with our hostess rewards? Usually they're not, so I will be sure to go through all of them. And then it's super important to talk about invites because Without getting people to your party, it's pretty hard to have a party. So I'll give them the logistics of how the party will run, start on Sunday, it will run through Friday, and I will send you daily host tips if Facebook Messenger is an okay way to get a hold of you, because sometimes it's not, and if they don't get their host tips, then they can't do them, which is a really huge thing for their parties to be successful. And then come Saturday, once your party is done, you can put in your rewards and we'll get the party closed out. Keep in mind that your party, other people's orders will not ship until your party is submitted. So we'll want to try and get your order placed in a timely manner. Also, our goal is going to be to have 40 members at your party. And how I recommend doing that is through a two-step process. The first thing that I'll ask you to do is send out a private message to your top 40 list of friends and family that you would like to invite. And then from there, you're going to want to invite between 200 and 300 people. And the reason for that is because only 20% of the people that you invite typically will join. So if you invite 200, we should end up with 40, which means a lot of fun, a lot of interaction, plus great rewards for you. And then keep in mind that one of our host rewards is that you can use $25 or $50 credit towards a new consultant kit if you've ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef before. Most of the time people have not thought of this, or they're like, no, thank you. Like, that is totally fine. I am here for you. If you have any questions about it, just let me know. I'm an open book and I love to answer all your questions. So this is the first time that you will approach your host about the business opportunity, because you're having a one-on-one conversation, and it's kind of just like introducing the idea to them so they can think about it. And then you will continue to ask your host on other occasions as well. And these are outlined in the daily host tips of how you can bring that up to them. And then I always wrap up if they have any questions about their party. So it is important that you do not skip these steps. Many consultants think that they can just throw the party together on Facebook and that sales just come rolling in. But preparing your host for success is more than half of the formula for success. So everything that you do with your host before the party, that's helping to build your commission check. Putting the party together and running it is just you picking up your check. And you want to build that check and that relationship as much as you can before the show starts to help boost the outcome of the party. And so you do that through what we talked about with the wish list and that host coaching phone call. So today is going to be all about how to get ready and run your virtual parties. So the first step is to set up your party on Facebook and set it up as a group from your business page. Now, you will want to get that party set up before the Friday before the party starts, because the host will start sending their invites on Thursday or Friday before their party. You can also add me or your upline to your first parties, so that way I can come in and check it out. Let me know if you need any help, how things are going, if there's anything that you need help with. So feel free to add me. And then I'll also send a cover photo and a description that you can use when you create the party group, or your upline should be emailing you this. And they also might be in the new unit section in the Fearless PC Tribe page, because Trisha has been updating all of those and putting so much information in there that is essential for all of you getting your business started. So be sure to check those out as well. The next step is to add your host to the party on Friday, and this is the day that they're going to start inviting their friends. This is also the day that you start sending the daily tips to your host via Facebook Messenger, if that's their preferred way of reaching them. And then these tips have been outlined in a Google Doc, and we will email that to you so you can simply copy and paste them. Doing these tips with your parties are crucial to your party's success. So send these either every morning, the day of, or even the evening before to make sure that you're giving your host enough time to get those daily host tips done. So then when it comes to actually running the party and posting the posts that you've seen us do, the best secret is that what you saw posting in the party wasn't actually me physically doing it. I use a website called Post My Party. And I can schedule those posts to post into the parties for me. And then this way, we as the consultants can focus on building a relationship with the guests, answering questions, doing customer service, all of those other things that are really meaningful to what we do as Pampered Chef consultants. So you will want to set up your Post My Party. You can get a 30-day free trial. And then I can even import you a template from there, or your upline can, whether that's Trisha or Ashley, whomever your upline is. But we can send you a template that you can use for your first parties, and this will make your life so much easier. And I can also email a link that has the first 30 days for free. So, do you have any questions so far on what we've talked about?
No.
Okay. If you do, you can pop them into the chat box. I know we've got a few other gals here, so you can feel free to ask questions, but we'll keep rolling. And if you have something come up, just let me know. So once we import the template to you, you will want to review that and update a few different posts in there. So the first one is the Get to Know You post. So you'll see some pictures of either me and my family or Trisha and her family, and talking about us and getting to know you and about us. You will want to keep that post because it is important, because people want to get to know you. They want to know who you are. But you're going to want to update that to pictures of you and your family and all about your cute little self. So be sure to update that. The second one that you will come across is the giveaway post, and it says to fill out a quick survey to be entered to win. This is what we call the Google drawing slip, the Google drawing form, and that link that's in there is linked directly to my drawing slip. So if you use the same link, I will get the results, which isn't really very helpful to you. So you will want to make your own Google drawing form, and I will send a link that shows you how you can do that. Now this form has different information in it. For example, if they're interested in having a party, or even if they're interested in joining the business. So it is really important that you do that and that you post it twice. So that where you need to replace that link, it will be in there twice. And then the third post that you will need to change is the story post. So this one, you'll see some pictures about how Pampered Chef has changed my life, how Pampered Chef has changed life for my family, and all of the amazing things that it's helped bless us with. You're going to want to change this to your goals with Pampered Chef. And this is going to evolve over time. Eventually, you're going to be able to talk about all the amazing things that you've done with your job with Pampered Chef. But since you guys are just getting started, you probably can't say that you went and bought a house with your Pampered Chef money. If you can, I need some tips from you, girl. So anyway, update that and talk about what your goals are with Pampered Chef, why you started, what you're excited about. Don't be afraid to tell some of those things that are a little bit personal, but those are the things that people love to hear about, and people will want to get to know you more. So, sharing that story, it's going to help you connect with your guests. It's also going to help create support for you and your business, as people will say, like, I like what she is doing. I want to support her. So it'll help them want to purchase from you, book with you, and possibly even join your team. So now that we have covered how to get the party underway and you're sending your daily host tips, let's talk about your job as a consultant during the party. So each day of the party, you're going to want to go in and reply to the comments. And this can be done even just once a day. I set aside time in my day, like 10 to 15, maybe 15 minutes a party, to go in and answer questions, reply to people, interact, and build those relationships. So instead of just replying with a simple 2 to 3 words, really try and reply with a sentence and ask a question. Build that connection with their guests, and connection leads to orders, bookings, and team members. So an example of this might be if there's a post about a product and a customer, they say, oh, I love that. I would make my grandma's casserole in it. Instead of just liking it and saying like, oh, that's awesome, say something like, that's awesome. Tell me more about your grandma's casserole. Was it her signature dish or a holiday favorite? Do you see how that takes it a step further? This is what you want, and it's how you get deeper results from your parties. You're learning about people. So I am going to send an email that has what we talked about in it today and the resources that I said I would share, but I have some homework for you. So get your host on the phone for a host coaching call, and I'll email you that template. And then set up your first parties, which I know that Connie already has done, but you're going to want to sign up for Post My Party, and then I will import you a template that you can use, okay?
Okay.
Great. And then you're going to want to change those posts and make your own Google Drawing form, and then we can schedule your first posts, your first parties. So today we covered how to run a party. Next call, we're going to cover why, what the results we are looking for from each party, and how we get those results. Does anyone have any questions about the things that we covered today, or how things are going for you, getting things set up, etc.?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay.